What's up, everyone? Welcome to Millennialistic Podcast. We are your hosts, Xavier
and Brian.
If you enjoyed this episode, please
subscribe, review, and share on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube, and subscribe to our Patreon.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Peace.
I'd like to begin with a fact.
Alrighty.
Number
100
of
Millennialistic.
We made it.
Welcome back, everyone, to about 99 more episodes than we probably ever thought we were going to make it.
Yeah, for sure.
But we here now.
When we started this, it was just for fun. I wasn't thinking, I mean, we're not like raking in all the money or anything like that, but I mean, doing 100 episodes, people were like, you did 100 episodes?
Yeah. I was thinking about, there's probably a lot of podcasts that don't make it even a fraction of that. So,
they don't.
You know,
we know some people.
It's been cool, man. Yeah, like you said, I mean, it just kind of started as like a side project during COVID. And now it's blown up to this regular thing that we do. And it's been awesome, dude. I love it. This is like, and I look forward to doing this. I love it.
We have some cool stats, too.
Oh, yeah. We did want to give a shout out to you, the people. So we've had total downloads since we have aired live. Is at 3,727. So for all of you listeners out there that have listened to our shit, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And then
we've also been in 6 different continents.
So
everyone except Antarctica. Step your shit up, Antarctica.
They don't really like us in Oceania, man.
We need more. Yeah,
I've never
sure, in like Australia and the Philippines. We need more.
America, thank you though. In Europe, thank you.
North America continues to be our number one listener.
We have more listeners in Asia than we have in South America. Or
I think that's because
Russia.
No, I think that our podcast appeals to Asians more than it does South Americans, more than anything. I think there's folks in Korea, Japan.
It's because we eat more Asian food than South American food, probably.
And it probably has a little bit to do with my ancestry. I'm part Asian. You know?
I always thought that because I can barely see your eyes. I thought it was something else, but
Kung Fu.
Now I'm. You don't know Kung Fu.
No, we don't. I probably just pissed off all 10 of our listeners in Asia. But yeah, no, for real. I don't remember what. We've been in 25 different countries as well, which has been pretty crazy. I did not think that anybody outside of this country would listen to our podcast. So especially all of our listeners out in Germany, Canada, Ireland, and the UK. You guys have been holding it down.
Germany, we might have to make a trip. Do we
need to go on tour to Germany? Do you guys fucks with us over there in Germany?
Something new we're going to do is we're going to start accepting emails from everybody. And that's if you just want to do a shout out, if you have a suggestion for a guest that you want on, or an idea for the podcast, or a
question you want us to answer. Are you going through a difficult time in your relationship with your pets? We'll talk you through it. Do you have a question about how to handle your feelings on the new Eminem album? Email.
We got you. And if you wanted to, spill out your guts and tell us your deepest, darkest desires
or secrets,
just send them to us. We're gonna start reading them off. And make sure you put not your real name if it's going to be something that's taboo.
Your real name.
All right, put your real name.
Real names only.
At least first. I don't care.
Folks in Germany, make sure when you send the email, do it in English, okay?
We could also just translate.
I'm not translating it into Google.
Doesn't make any sense because if they're listening, that means they speak English. So, of course, they're going to email us in English. Yeah, whoever's listening understands what we're saying.
Yeah, because they can't translate it.
We could translate it if needed, but...
All right, send it to us auf Deutsch. And Xavier and I actually both took German in high school. So
did you really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so we can...
Scheiße.
Ja, super Party.
Auf Wiedersehen. Ja.
Das ist about as much as I know.
Mit dem Brotkäse. Yeah.
That's right. But no, for real, shout out to and then all of our guests that we've had on our podcast too.
So we've had shout out to DJ. You know,
DJ.
We started out with DJ as one of the original members, but things don't always.
He'll be back on. He'll
be back on. Not saying he's gonna stick around, but he's definitely coming back on
very soon. As soon as we can get him away.
All right, we've had DJ, our boy Matt Taylor, who's killing stand up right now.
Special out. Go watch his new special out.
Did you see the thing he did with Nate?
Nope,
Brigazzi?
that's what it is. Yep, that's what it is. I actually haven't gotten a chance to see it. It's a killer. To-do list this afternoon.
It's a killer set. It's really good. Austin Parker, Sam Brazil, Martine, Miller, Cameron Sloan, Dana, Christina, Nick Bush, Langston Hughes, and Spliff. Your mom, Nancy.
My mom. Shout out
Tyler Pruitt, Aaron Miller, Chris Armstrong, DJ Jack Steele, Samantha Goodhill, Just the Man, Ariel, Dre, my dad Stevie Pennell, Skinny B, Boom Beats, Tom Garland, Wicked.
Yeah, dude. And most recently, Josh Rankins.
And we have a lot of other plans for the people to come back on, some return guests.
Yo.
We're definitely wanting to, I feel like direction I kind of want to go in is try to highlight people who are up and coming businesses, artists. If you're a listener and you have some kind of creative outlet and you need some help pushing it out there, or just want to show us what you have, we will gladly take a look at those and give feedback and let you know what we think and possibly talk about it on here.
And I think hopefully you could ask any of those guests previously listed, and they would tell you they had a killer fucking time on our podcast.
And we're trying to get better. I know there's things we can definitely improve, but this is for fun. Have a good time. It's a good way to vent and listen and learn things. And I'm a very talkative social person, so this is something I would do every day with just random people and my friends anyway. But now it's recorded.
It's definitely been a cool way to have our friends on for sure, and people like Wicked and like those sort of things like we didn't know like personally. We got to have those conversations with them. Just have that in a time capsule or whatever. And then, like, honestly, for me, and I don't know if you feel the same way about the episode with your dad, but I know, like, the episode with my mom is definitely, like, a special one that I'll like, hang on to forever. And I've got, like, if nothing else, dude, I feel like when morbid thought here on episode 100 of Millennialistic, but like I feel like when people pass, you always kind of wish like, oh shit, like I wish I had like a recorded conversation with that person, and like now
I thought that a long time. I've definitely thought about that.
And that's a small snippet of like a whole lifetime
into the dark corners of Brian Barron's mind.
It's a fucking, I've listened to the new Eminem album today, so it's a dark, dark day in here. All work and no play makes Millennialistic a dull pod. Episode 100, dude. That's crazy. And for real, man, I do truly mean that. If for folks that don't know, like Xavier and I have no professional background in this. We didn't like go to college for communication.
I did, but I didn't finish.
What'd you go to school for?
Mass communications.
Oh,
I didn't finish. I didn't graduate,
but we haven't worked at like a radio station for the last. Like we literally going into this had no fucking clue what we're doing, and really to this day, like a lot of ways, still don't know like we just by no means have ever claimed to be professional, but I hope that's what you as the listener can hear of like. We also don't have that filter of like, oh, well, we've been doing this for so long, so this is how we feel. Like, this is unbiased and raw coming at you.
Yeah, we're very biased.
Super biased, dude.
Yeah. Who you voting for? Just kidding.
Dude, did we talk about that?
No, we're not right now. I refuse.
That's episode 101.
That's my statement today on
Dude, we have
politics.
DJ on. When we have DJ on soon, we'll talk about the debate. I want to get DJ's take on it and see how quickly we can get canceled. Definitely millennialistic.
I don't.
Spit on that thing.
Oh man.
We're gonna work it into every episode moving forward, just like
I
Taylor
want
Swift
to. I'm
references.
tired of it.
Dude, isn't that shit crazy? You want to talk about that quick? The Hawk Tua thing. I mean, I know we kind of talked about it last.
This girl said one sentence. Well,
Are people, like,
a
tired of it
sentence,
now?
and yeah, definitely. I'm tired.
I mean,
of it.
everybody's seen the video. I'm assuming that everybody.
Yeah,
knows.
and like, haha, kind of funny. I saw it when it wasn't even. I saw it before it went like viral. Like it had 2,000.
Because it was in Nashville, right? So
I was like, whatever. And then next day, it was on everyone's feed, and
memes.
this girl.
Yeah.
There's rumors circulating, and she was a teacher. She got
they
fired,
yeah.
and she's getting offers from people for Hawk Tua related things, and just now she's
think
getting
she's-
contracts and might be. I don't know.
I think.
I don't understand how.
Didn't she?
I don't know. I don't understand how long you can capitalize on this if you're not already. Unless she's that funny, unless she's funny all the time, I don't know how it's going to work out long term.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, I think her smartest thing would just be to like trademark Hawk Tua.
I
So,
mean,
like,
she
if
said
you
there's people
print
selling
t-shirts-
shirts that
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
that aren't hers, and she's
Right.
like, stop.
I've seen like bumper stickers and all, but again, like if you don't have that trademarked, like you can't stop people from doing that. You know what I mean?
I think she does. I think she probably immediately was.
I don't think she can. If you
Why
don't-
not?
'cause you
She
don't
made
have
it up,
legal
right?
action. But did
Kind
she?
of.
So I can't print Hawk Tua and spit on that thing and like make it a window sticker. Like she owns those words.
If you're trying to sell it, it's a problem.
But again, that's the whole point of like being trademarked. Like if you don't have like a legal trademark on it, that's people can print it and make.
She probably got one pretty
it's
quick.
not right. Like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if she was smart, she would have fucking trademarked that before. Hopefully somebody else, because it's kind of like an internet like URL. Like if somebody else trademarks that, then you're like kind of now you could fight them on it, I think, and say like, no, I actually came up with that. That's like my creative property. Like it belongs to me. But same thing with like artists and their record label. Like they don't own that.
She's famous, and people are like putting her up on stage. Like, oh, Shaq's DJing, and she comes out and she just like.
But she's like
barely
famous for
bobbing
no
her head.
reason. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't have, at least that we know of.
She's gonna have to
Again,
get some talent real quick.
right. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't have a talent that we know of, and she didn't get famous for her talent. She got famous for like saying something silly in an interview. You
That
know
could
what I
happen to
mean?
anybody.
Right.
I'm not hating on her, to be honest, because I wish I'd have some random luck like
Fuck
that.
yeah, that's what
and
I'm hoping happens with this
then
podcast every episode.
all of a
Yeah.
sudden, I have more money in my bank account than I know what to do with because I said something drunk on Broadway.
Right. That'd be awesome. But again,
It's
like, how
kind
do
of
you
cool in
make
the
money
sense
off
of just your whole life can change in a moment and in a good way because she's financially benefiting from this.
it? Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, yeah, she is. There's no way she's not.
If she is not a complete.
She's gotten probably a.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting some money, okay? That's all I can say.
I'm sure she's, yeah.
But anyways, good for you. Whatever her name is,
Girl,
Natalie Portman. What's her name?
Something Welch or something.
Kelly-
Real white name.
Kevy Kellen.
Sarah Welch, Katie Welch, something like that. Real
Yeah,
white name.
yeah.
Real white name.
Well, good luck for you. I mean, good luck to you.
Hot to her.
Are we gonna? We're thinking about it. We will also post about this. Also, we're thinking about making T-shirts.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some T-shirt designs coming out soon.
I'm talking to somebody about making them.
Yep.
They'll be quality, but we want to see if anyone wants to rock one.
We'll put out some designs and then have you guys vote on which one you guys think is the coolest or something.
Maybe even colors.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we'll probably do like a pre-order type situation.
Yes,
so
yes.
More to come on that for sure.
So what's going on in your world? We'll do some
Dude,
personal stuff first.
Personally,
You almost died today cutting grass.
Oh yeah, I almost had a heat stroke.
All right, what else?
Dude, we can talk about it. It has been ungodly hot for like the last month. Is this what people meant when they said like global warming? Is this like
Part
what's
of it.
going on?
Yeah, this is going to be
sucks.
all the kids growing up. This is the coolest summer they'll ever have. Every year
Bruh.
it's going to get incrementally
That's brutal.
hotter and hotter and hotter. There's crises coming that we haven't even seen just because of the weather. Like, we can kind of guess, but things are going to be...
I kind of feel like I might be a little bit late to the party on this, but this is going to become like a serious problem. Like, you can't...
Water is going to be a commodity for a lot of places, and it already is.
You can't, like in Tennessee, you can't be outside for more
Did I say that
than,
right? Commodity?
Yeah.
All right.
Something like that, I think. I know what you meant, at least.
But it's...
But I think even before we get to there, dude, I think we're going to see, like, AC units burn up faster than they ever have. I think we're going to see, like, cars fucking...
well, in Vegas, it's 120 degrees. It's like the other day.
True. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. That's hotter than fuck.
I might need to go into HVAC. Just kidding. I don't really want to do
but
that.
But I'm like, I mean, I'm sure, I hope we'll find, like, ways to evolve past that of, like, again, like, building more heat-sustainable stuff.
Or we just genetically modify ourselves to be lizard people.
We go out and bask in.
Oh, that's what's happening. They're making it hotter, so we have to...
Dude, instead of a lawn like that everybody takes care of, we have a nice, like, basking area. Like, people don't have a pool anymore. We just have a basking, like...
You've been to Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen the yards with the lava rock in the front instead of grass, because...
Yeah, you can't grow grass in Vegas, yeah. But, yeah, wouldn't that be wild, dude? Like, you just had your friends over to, like, bask in the sun for, like, a few hours. And that's what we just, like, did. Moving forward.
Give it 200 years, we'll all evolve into lizard people.
We're gonna, like, shed out of our skins really quick. That'd be wild.
Nah, I don't want to do
that. Dude,
that.
a podcast as lizard people would be wild. What do we talk about?
Different type of insects we ate this week. Oh, there's this new spot up the street. They got the best grasshoppers, deep fried, and I don't know.
Wouldn't that be some bullshit? Do you think I don't care, we're down the rabbit hole already. Do you think there would... I gotta ask the question because it's there now. Like, okay, we've, like, evolved into these lizard people. Do you think there's still racism between, like, yellow lizards, green lizards, orange lizards? Do you think there's still... Like...
Who are the orange lizards? Say it.
I wasn't gonna say it. You say it, dude. It's racist if I say it, but you can say it.
Are the orange lizards from Northern Europe? Or are they from...
I guess... I don't know. Do you think it would depend on... Do you think us in different, like, nationalities and stuff now would... Like, do you think all black people would evolve into the same colored lizard? And do you think all white people would evolve
There'd be different
into the same
shades.
colored lizard?
I think we'd be iguanas.
What?
Yeah.
You think...
Black people would be iguanas.
You think it'd be totally different species, depending on your nationality?
Well, they're all the same species. There's just subspecies.
But no, like
correct?
Iguanas and like chameleons are totally different. Like totally different species.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna keep going that direction.
Yeah, dude. I agree with you though.
Fucking geckos.
Black people would definitely be the iguanas though, and I think it's obvious why, right? But anyway, next topic.
We're the coolest.
So yes, we will still be racist when we're lizards. But all right, so the new Eminem album just came out. Death of Slim Shady.
I was not having very high hopes. So when Houdini came out, I was like, oh, this... Yeah. Like, I know Eminem on purpose makes a lot of his production sound cheesy and corny because that's how he's kind of done the sillier songs. But this one was like, this doesn't even sound good to me. And like you said previously, how the track, he didn't go hard enough when he was talking shit about people. And then the album came out and you were like, oh, he was giving us a little sliver of what's to come, and he delivered.
Yeah. I don't think anybody was safe on that album.
No.
From transgendered people to
fat people to other rappers to Limp Bizkit to MGK to
deaf people, blind people,
people who are incarcerated, different types of hair color, himself,
handicapped people.
Oh, he went far. I think he's like at a point, if he gets canceled for real, And he can't continue making music, or people don't really mess with him, which is not what's going to happen.
Right.
It can't happen to him.
I think that's kind.
I think he'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the point of this album. Is like, this is kind of what I was saying earlier off air. I don't think Marshall Mathers wants to keep doing the Slim Shady thing for forever.
He already has.
But he's also like 50-something now. You know what I mean?
Which is weird to think
and
about.
that was like kind of like in Guilty Conscience, kind of like what he was saying of like at some point like we got to stop being immature and like grow up. But I think that's kind of the direction he wants to take it in. But he also like draws point to like, but this is what you guys like. Like, I don't like doing this. But every time I do an album where I say all this kind of bullshit, you guys listen to it and you love it and you tell me it's the greatest fucking shit. Every time Marshall Mathers tries to make an album and talk about mass school shootings, you guys tell me that album was dog shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, here's one more go at it just to show you guys that, like, I don't want to fucking do this, but you guys want me to do this type deal. Of like, and that's exactly what happened. Like, our reaction to it was, damn, yeah, he said a lot of fucked up, really offensive stuff, but that album was awesome. And I don't really... I think he made some, like, controversial points for... He talks, again, like, about the trans stuff and says... his line is something about, like, I don't really care either way. I just don't want to have intercourse with you. And like, just kind of like...
He's like, I can't act like you weren't a man once before, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's one of those of like, and he's like a 50-year-old guy that's like kind of confused by the whole trans thing.
And there's, I probably said this before, but it's people have their preferences, and just because you don't find some demographic attractive doesn't mean you hate them. So if you're a straight cis white male and you're just not into somebody who's transgender. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you hate them. It's just, hey, I like old-fashioned, regular...
I think it's kind of like Dave Chappelle's point of, like, you're also not a, like, protected class for people to, like, go make fun of. You know what I mean? Like, if Dave Chappelle wants to make a joke about transgender people, like, he's going to do it. You know? And, like, just like he does white people and black people and straight people, like... And all these other, like...
People forget that.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of a thing of like, well, you can't tell me I can't make fun of you. Like, you know what I mean?
So these
it's
people who really are all about this, where they're just pushing, like, don't make fun of anybody, do they enjoy any type of comedy?
Well, see,
you know?
Again, I think that's kind of Eminem's point with this whole thing of like, you gotta, at some point, we gotta stop getting offended by everything. And that's where he goes deep into the whole, like, even like being overweight thing. Of like how
he like stopped the song for like it was almost like it was almost like he was rapping about whatever and then he went into like a PSA and very much so was telling you, hey, this is where it was and this is where it is now and how we regard people who are overweight, but this is what should happen because of these reasons. And then in the middle of the song,
yeah,
and I agree.
You can love yourself, but it's like, and I think again he raises some good points of like, but I can't sit here and tell you to love yourself and then like watch you die of heart disease at age 43
unless you
like didn't take care of yourself.
Unless you have some type of issue with gland and you cannot lose weight because of something genetic.
Right. And I think that's a big piece.
Which is I don't know how common that is, but also in this country.
Yeah. Well, it's like we talked about, dude, before of like we've evolved as a society from like the 90s, early 2000s. Like if you were the fat kid in your class, you got picked on, you got bullied, you got called tough, like you just got made fun of, right?
Yeah.
And then we evolved into like the 20 teens and all that, and we like became more accepting of, and like we realized as a society that like you know, a lot of things like, yeah, it's not cool to make fun of people who are like a little overweight, but then that evolved into like, well, we're gonna accept your lifestyle like no matter what. So if you want to eat donuts and Twinkies all day and be 200 pounds overweight, then like that's fine because you are you and you got to love yourself. And I think that's kind of what Eminem's saying is like, that's when it sort of crosses a line of like, Now you're borderline being an enabler by telling these people that, like, it'd be like watching your friend be a drug addict and you being like, well, it's okay. Like, hey, if it makes you happy, like, if you're going to watch your buddy sit there and eat McDonald's fucking 14 times a week and he's like way fat, like, you're just
dude.
encouraging him. And again, like, it's not because, like, you think he should be skinny and he thinks he should be fat, but it's like, dude, I want you to live, like, a long, healthy life. I don't want you to fucking die of this shit. You know what I mean?
I really like this album. It's very well done. Interesting features.
Do we know who produced it? I mean, I know Dre was on a couple tracks.
You know, for the longest time, I did not know Eminem produced any of his own music.
Dude, yeah, he produced a lot.
He made Soldier.
Like
Soldier.
Yeah, like Lose Yourself, he produced it.
Like some of the best songs he's ever had, he produced.
Yeah,
like
I saw something about that the other day.
The hardest beats he's ever had. Like Soldier is definitely one of my most beloved Eminem songs.
Yeah, I saw something the other day that, like, was listing off all the tracks he'd produced. And I was like, damn. Dim Joints, Fred Wreck, Q Beats, Cole Bennett, Dr. Dre, Louis Resto, and Eminem himself.
I've heard Cole Bennett's name before. I'm not sure what it is. But the album was great. I think we'll end up possibly going into further detail on another episode of that album. But also,
yeah, dude, definitely go listen to it for sure.
In other music news, multimedia news, Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, is releasing an album that is paired along with a movie. The trailer, I have no idea what's going on. It looks kind of like Jumanji to me.
What's the name of it?
It is named Bando Stone and the New World.
Bando Stone
in the New World or New Brave World. I might have messed it up. I'm sorry, Donald, if you're listening, but
he's gonna be so mad.
I know he's gonna be
Everybody
like
in Europe's
he's not gonna come on the pod anymore probably.
Bando Stone in the New World, starring Donald Glover and Jessica Elaine. I don't know if I pronounced her last name right, but
the single Lithonia is pretty good. I feel like it's a tease. It's very interesting. It's different than anything he's ever done. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it a few times.
Yeah, it's got more of like a rock vibe.
I'm not like in love with it, but I like it a lot. I'm interested in seeing the rest of the album. Is the same type of vibe with the production as more towards the rock genre, because he's done funk. You know, he's done
like
soul, he's done R&B.
That's kind of how I felt about this new track. Was how I felt about that "Awaken My Love" album, where it's like I didn't love it because I'm not like a big, like, I like R&B and soul. It's just like not one of my top 3 favorite genres, and it was different for me. But I respected him for doing something different that still sounded pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
you know
honestly.
I mean? And that's how I felt about this new one. Of like, is it my personal cup of tea? No. But I respect him, for, again, like, doing something new and, again, doing it at a really high level. You know what I mean?
I really hope he has some bars on this album.
I would imagine so.
You think so? For the last one, if he just sings and doesn't rap, I'm going to be a little disappointed. I want to hear, even if he just throws it in to a few songs, I just want a little bit. That's what people... He's a phenomenal singer. See them in concert 4 or 5 times. Had disappointed.
Yeah,
especially one of the last shows was amazing. We'll see.
No, was really fucking good live.
What else, dude? I haven't gone to see any movies lately because I've been saving up to move. I am now officially a Nashvilleian.
Okay.
So
move back into the Davidson County.
I literally live probably 2 miles from the house I lived in when I was born.
Damn.
Not the house I was born in, but the house I lived in from hospital to moving. Kansas. To Kansas.
Damn.
Yeah, I went and drive around the neighborhood. It's Brentwood area. I'm on the line where Brentwood is, and I was driving through the neighborhood on the way to just kind of explore, and I turned down the street, Mount Pisgah, and I was like, oh. This is where I grew up, and then there's streets that are named after my grandfather over there.
Damn.
And because he owned a bunch of that land on that street, and he sold acres and acres and acres of it. So
That's
they
wild.
named some streets close to like his wife's name and his name too, and
Damn. That's pretty dope.
yeah, it's weird driving the street looking and being like, oh, it's White Street, like my grandfather. Yeah,
White Street.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. But it's a nice little area. I like to call it Brainiac.
Nippers
It's
Corner. Yeah.
Not Nippers.
Oh,
It's
Nipples Corner.
Lennox Village.
Lennox Village.
It's close to that.
Right on. Right on. Yeah, no, it's a good area, man. It's up and coming too, for sure. And I just saw Antioch's. Well, not just all. It's not breaking news, but Antioch's getting a new like world market thing. Have you seen this? And like a Chinatown district. Have you seen this? Somewhere, I don't know where it's going.
So does that mean they're moving in a lot of Asians?
I don't know.
Because that'd be weird to have a Chinatown and it's just Mexicans and white people.
It's like Smyrna. Looks like Smyrna.
Hopefully all the businesses are actually owned by actual Asians. I want it to be authentic.
Yeah.
Like San Francisco. Like
Right.
their Chinatown.
Well,
Chinatown.
I'm assuming that they.
Los Angeles too.
I'm assuming that like the reason they're building it is because we've seen like an influx of like Asian Americans or Asian people moving here.
I
don't know
haven't, but maybe there is. But also I've been living in Mount Juliet, which is like
What?
white.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good old Mount Juliet.
Yeah.
No, can't put an Asian market there. We put a Target there. Can't put an Asian market there.
There's definitely a Target there.
Nice Target.
Yeah.
Nice Target. But yeah, dude. I was thinking about something earlier,
Think harder.
but I forgot.
They're watching.
I just started watching How I Met Your Mother from the very beginning. I forgot how mediocre that show kind of was.
Yeah, I watched like one episode or two, and I feel about it the same way. No, maybe not as bad, but
It's
Big
kinda
Bang
like-
Theory, not a fan. Do not like Big
How I
Bang.
Met Your Mom is just like, I feel like a lot of like college humor, like 22, 25-year-old.
Well, you can say that, but that 70s show still cracks me
Yeah,
up.
that's true. Except for what's his name? He's in jail now. For a
Still
long
funny.
time.
You can't take away the art. You can take away the artist.
Yeah, but that guy
Hyde,
grooming little girls.
Danny Masterson.
He was on some Drake shit. Oh, did I tell you about that? Did I tell you about that?
Supposedly.
So, I don't know if you saw photos or not. This was like last weekend, I think. There's a dude, I probably should know his name, I don't, but he used to own, I believe, the Philadelphia 76ers, and then he's now the current CEO of Fanatics, the like sports brand. Like if you want to buy like a Titan shirt, you buy it from them.
Like an official one.
Yeah. They're the official for like NFL, MLB, all that. So he owns all that and has blown it up. So the guy's worth a bunch of money. So like 5 years ago, he bought this big old house in the Hamptons, and every year throws an annual all-white party there. And it's like all these celebrities show up, but like specifically like a lot of athletes for sure, but then like some rappers and other celebrities and all that. So that's like SportsCenter was posting all about. So Drake was there. And I gotta show you photo evidence. He looked like shit.
Like he been crying?
Like he
Or on drugs?
both.
Just kidding.
I think both, actually.
Do you really think he's got such a big fan base? I don't think it's affecting him as much as a lot of people think, because he's still rich. He's still got a big fan base, but his albums coming out after this are gonna be, everyone's albums after something like that are drastically different than before. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna do what Kendrick suggested? I like you with the melodies. And he's just gonna sing and just like kind of rap, but not try to be how, he's perceived by Kendrick. Like, I don't like it when you try to act hard. What's he gonna?
That's not the full photo.
I damn, it's Clown Drake for going to the white party.
But
What
yeah,
is-
I don't know. That's just a guy's reaction to it. But
That's academics. What's he talking about? You don't have to listen to it, but what's he saying? Do you know?
I don't know.
I'm kind of over
Probably
it.
same thing everybody's
I don't. It was very entertaining for a while, but also I just want.
You don't think he looks like kind of depressed there?
I mean, people make all kinds of assumptions through people's pictures. We have no idea. Unless I see him crying or he says something off the wall. He's been performing shows where he's playing Kendrick Lamar's diss songs and the people are singing along.
What?
Yeah.
For real?
It's probably edited.
It's edited.
But it looked very believable.
Gotta be.
I didn't keep looking into it. You
Because
know,
I'll say at this party, I knew there was like specific instructions that no Kendrick songs be played. So I know he like feels.
somebody, I think, recorded audio from one of Kendrick shows or Kendrick show, and then they found some really good Drake footage that like made it look believable. It did look pretty good. That's messed up. People go out of their way to edit stuff to make people look bad. Like, that's so messed up.
You have a lot of time on your hands. I feel
Do
like
you-
if you're doing that.
I think about stuff I can make sometimes if I knew how to really do some Photoshop.
Yeah, but then like,
Or-
I feel like even if I knew how to do, like I might do it just for like shits and giggles of like, oh, here's a photo of Arnold Schwarzenegger with boobs. Like, that's
Steve-O's
funny.
getting boobs.
What?
Steve-O's getting boobs. I'm sorry to interrupt
Like
you.
synthetic boobs?
Yeah, they're synthetic.
Like fake.
He's getting breast augmentation
Why?
because he's an addict. He doesn't do drugs anymore, so now he has to do crazy stuff to
Fill
get
that
that
void.
dope. Yes,
Didn't he just like get like penis or something
tattooed on him by
his face?
Post Malone
Yeah.
at Bonnaroo, supposedly.
Why did he do that?
Because he's an addict. He has to do. He's like.
Find something.
I think he's deep down just not happy because it's probably such a struggle for him to not get high as a kite. Yeah. And so he's looking for the next, like, oh, I gotta do this.
Gotta get boobs so I can go bra shopping.
Ah, it'll be hilarious.
I wonder what his
In 20 years, she's gonna be a lizard woman. You seen that lizard lady?
no lizard lady. They're already.
I'm jumping around. My
Is she
ADD is
orange or
kicking in.
Because I only fuck with purple lizards. I don't fuck with the orange lizards.
No, man. I want lizards. Fucking geckos.
I'm not racist, but I don't fuck with orange lizards.
That's the new shit. Underbelly lizard. Lizard woman. Let me see.
A brief pause while we look at
This is scary. This is one of the scariest things. It's a body transformist.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so
I've
scary.
seen like
It's so
women
scary.
women get like tattoos and stuff.
It's literally terrifying. It's terrifying. Are you ready?
Oh god.
Woo! Like,
Scary.
you know, like, I'm not religious, but people were like, "You need Jesus," and I was kind of like, "You ready?"
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen this.
That's a man who used to be a woman. That's transgender lizard lady, and
I think this lady was on like Ripley's Believe It or Not or something.
and she is wanting to go full. I'll be the first dragon or something. First dragon.
I think this is what Eminem was talking about. Of like, this is what happens when you enable people. Like at some point,
It's like, you know, it doesn't affect me in a way. So
she's hanging on to Benjamin the whole time.
it doesn't affect me in a way where I'm like concerned about their well-being because it's your body. Do whatever you want. But no one else is really doing that, so it's very strange.
I think as long as you're like mentally stable and you're not like.
Do you
harming
think this
yourself
person
with
is
drugs or other
completely mentally stable?
people. No,
And
that's what I'm saying. Of like, at
They
what
only
point-
they only do these body transformations on this level, and everything else they got together. Like they're smart. They have a great job. I don't know where the hell you work out and you look like that.
But that's what I'm saying. Of like, but and I think that's kind of what Eminem was saying. Of like, So are we supposed to enable that lady and tell her like, yeah, you're a lizard person, love yourself? Or are we supposed to tell her, hey, lady, like, no, don't do that. You're scaring people's kids.
Oh
when
my
you
God,
go
it's
to
so
Walmart."
crazy looking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's scar a kid in public.
That's what I'm saying. And then it's like people like that get upset. I saw some shit about this the other day too. People like that get upset when you have like a negative reaction to it. And it's like, dude, that's why you went through all that, so you would get that attention. You know what I mean? Like, why else would you only keep 6 teeth in your mouth? Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, how do you eat comfortably?
I don't know. That's just my take on it.
Would you ever get any kind of body modifications?
Hell yeah, I can think of one.
If it was like perfect, you'd get your arm longer.
Nope.
You'd get your elbow
Have you
to
seen that-
bend 180
Have you seen
degrees.
that video of the whales that can itch their stomach with their
It's not a whale; it's an elephant.
the elephant that
Yeah,
does it? Have you seen that?
Matt sent it to me.
That's what I would have done.
Everyone would be so. Your girlfriend
I want it big
would
enough I
be
can
so scared
scratch
of
my
you.
Tummy.
That's the only reason why you want it, so you can scratch yourself without using your hands or feet.
Yeah, 1.5 foot.
Hey, it's your body. It's not up to me.
My body, my choice. So, but I don't like it when people get mad when I go to the swimming pool and it's hanging out the bottom of my swim trunks. It's my body, my choice.
You'll have to get swim pants.
What do you want me to do? Like, I don't.
Swim pants.
This is how I am. This is my body.
Which
This is how I was made, and then
Swim
I modified
pants.
myself because this is how I chose to be. So I don't have a problem with it.
where you can wrap it around your waist and tie it like a belt,
Probably.
and
Tuck it up, fold it up. I don't know.
or you have a little pocket inside your pants. You just roll it up, or things with the garden hoses on the side of the house, but like
Just
on
install
your
one of
pants, and you
those.
just. All right, going swimming.
Yo, boom.
Bam.
We jump in this cold water really
Good luck
quick.
dating though.
Then it shrinks down to 12 inches when I get into cold water.
Sounds like a problem, dude.
Yeah, I would do a couple body modifications for sure.
That's the first one you do.
Hell yeah.
I would get all my hair back,
Okay.
and
There you
then
go, man.
I think I leave everything else alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are already packing like 18 inches, so no need
I
there.
got a couple guns.
You know,
Call me John Wick.
put them up. Jesus. Dude, speaking of John Wick, I saw fucking Monkey Man. Have we talked about this already? Monkey
No.
Man's good as fuck.
Who directed it?
Jordan Peele.
I thought he was just a producer.
Oh. Something Patel. I don't know, some Indian guy.
Oh my god. That's the comment that got us canceled. You can't do. Only Sandra Tino can do that.
Oh shit, my bad. No, it was really fucking good though, dude. And it was cool. Like, I don't think I've ever seen. This is my white ass being white, but I don't think I've ever seen like an
Respect.
Indian film before. You know what I mean? So it was kind of cool to like. Slumdog Millionaire, I guess.
Yeah,
Wasn't that Indian?
That was a
Wasn't
great.
that kid Indian?
Yes, that's the same guy. The main actor in Slumdog
What?
Millionaire is the same one in Monkey Boy, right?
Monkey Man.
Monkey
I
Man.
don't know all that. That'd be
Same
wild,
guy.
though. They only have one actor over there.
Dude, no. There's a giant industry over there we don't know about. Bollywood and Hollywood. Bollywood might be bigger than Hollywood. It just doesn't reach over here.
Oh damn.
I mean, you can look for it if you want to, but it's not advertised the way stuff
I
here
didn't
is.
realize. I mean, I knew Bollywood.
There's some
exists,
very, 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 very famous Indian actors and actresses.
but I didn't realize Bollywood also made films. Like, was it a big
they're
thing?
obsessed.
I didn't
yeah.
realize it was a thing.
They love movies.
Is that a coincidence that they're Bollywood and make movies and we're Hollywood and make movies? Is that a thing?
I'm pretty sure Hollywood probably came first on this scale,
No,
but I really don't know.
I feel like Bollywood India has for sure been established longer than Hollywood California.
I mean, India's been around
Right. That was
as a civilization way longer, of course,
that's what I'm
but
saying. But Hollywood was probably making movies. Hollywood definitely was making movies.
just for research purposes.
What do you guys think, listeners? Do you think
Bollywood?
Hollywood is better than Bollywood?
No one's gonna know unless they're really into Bollywood. What'd you look up? What? Can you say it?
Oh, yes. When you go to India, do they also have a redneck theme park there called Bollywood? Working 9 to 5, just trying to make a living.
Oh no! 1913, India's first full-length feature film.
1913. See, Hollywood's been making movies since 1708.
Before we were a country.
Hell yeah, George Clooney, motherfucker. Ocean's 11. You know what I'm saying? That was the first movie ever made. Isn't that wild? That's how like kids think of like, oh, Star Wars is the old. No, not even that. They're like fucking. They think like the Star Wars prequels movies are the oldest movies ever made.
That's when they're all born.
They're
and
like, wow, 12
actually,
years ago.
when that came out, those people are adults now.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Those people can drive and drink and vote and buy guns. I remember, and they were infants when that came out. Or, you know, it's weird being at this age and you're meeting adults when I have very vivid memories of when they weren't even born. And I'm looking at people I looked up to and they all got like gray beards and they're getting old now, and it's weird.
What's weird about this age, and you and I were talking about this the other day too, of like, I still don't consider myself an adult.
If you do, completely, I consider myself an adult.
I mean, like, I do,
but my mind state of how, I think it's just a silly part of me, honestly. Like, the things I laugh at is a lot of the same things I was laughing at when I was 19, 18. Like, some of that stuff is still very funny to me. I might have more of a filter now, and I choose where and how I say it and how I express it. But it's very much so still very alive.
But, like, what I'm saying is, like, when we go hang out with our friends and their, like, kids are there, right? They look at us like, oh, I'm hanging out with all these adults. But I look at it as, like, I'm just hanging out with all these kids. You know what I mean? Not, that probably came out weird. But I just like having a bunch of little kids around me. Wait, what? But, like, no, you know what I mean? I'm like,
all right, Michael.
I don't think, like, adults are around unless, like, one of our friends' parents are there. And then I'm like, oh, shit, I need to have my shit together because there's adults here. But then I also forget that even those people are also probably looking at me and being like, oh, he's a grown adult. You know what I mean? Maybe. But I also feel like a lot of those people still view, like, their kids as, like, kids. You know what I mean? So maybe they do view all their kids' friends as, like, kids, you know?
Well, hopefully they treat them like they're adults. That's the whole thing, you know?
I do have some friends whose moms still treat them like they're a little kid, though.
Man. It's rough.
Nobody I'm going to name on a podcast, but...
It sounds very rough. You know.
But I got a lot of friends whose mothers also really, really, really love them. So
yeah.
That's perfect.
That's what's most important.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day to all of our listeners, by the way. We miss Mother's Day, probably. But this is what I was talking about. This is where I go into the Ozzy Osbourne shit where I start mumbling again. But, yeah, dude, football season's right around the corner. I'm fucking
don't care.
Stoked. Oh, dude,
don't give a shh.
I think I've developed a new
addiction.
Depression. Seasonal depression when it's like not football season. Sam and I were talking about this.
That's why you just find other sports to fill the void.
No, this is for a sports fan like me. This is the worst time of year because basketball just ended. Which of course we have the Olympics kind of right around the corner, which eases that a little bit.
The Winter Olympics?
Summer Olympics. No, like
it starts. It hasn't started already.
In a couple weeks. I think it's like next week. It starts. I think it's like the 19th or something.
Where's it at?
Paris.
Oh my!
Paris.
I have not.
I think like the 19th.
I usually know like the Olympics are this summer. How do I not?
You haven't been paying attention, dude. My girl Sha'Carri Richardson.
Okay, I should know that because I've been seeing a lot of pictures of her.
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's sexy.
Yeah.
I told my girlfriend that the other day.
Oh, what'd she say?
I asked if she would grow nails out like that, and she said no.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard.
I said,
they probably make her faster too. She needs those nails.
Yeah, she cuts through the air.
Yeah. She's so
Apparently
fast,
our
dude.
swim team's looking solid. Our men's basketball team should clean out. But anyway, what I was saying is, like, once the NBA wraps up, you have, like, Major League Baseball, which I, like, really don't give a fuck about. And then, like, tennis and golf. It's the worst.
You don't like tennis?
No, I mean, I like tennis. I
don't follow it, but, dude.
I don't follow it. So
I'll watch it.
I was watching Wimbledon. The women's final was this morning. Man, bro, these bitches can play a little bit. You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Like, they were balling.
No,
I was getting into it.
They're good.
7:30 in the morning. I'm sitting there, like, yelling at the TV.
7:30 in the morning.
Just felt good.
I think tennis is cool. I don't
Tennis is dope.
follow it, but
It's
if it's
hard.
on TV, I enjoy it.
It's too slow for me, kind of.
Tennis
I
is too
to-
slow?
Yeah.
But they're
Big
just
breaks. Kind of like football, but with football, there's like at least like I feel like there's no like sense of urgency with tennis.
how.
It's
If
like,
you went and watched it in person, you see how fast they run from side to side and hit the ball.
no. During play, yes. I'm talking about like in between serves. It's like, all right, that play's over. Like in football, there's a clock and like there's a snap count. You gotta get it off, and there's a game clock that's always.
I bet you it's not that far off from the football plays.
I wonder.
I bet you it's really not.
I wonder if they actually have a clock in tennis to like keep it moving.
I'm sure.
Because that's what gets me. It's just like, all right, and it's not like a long time. It's just like, and it's also, this is another thing. The same issue I have with golf is, gosh, how do I say this without sounding racist towards white people? That shit's just too white for me. Like, all the like country club bullshit. And, like, you got to, like, any sporting event, like polo kind of falls into the same category, right? Or, like, horse racing kind of falls into the same category. Any sporting event that I have to, like, dress formally at, fuck that, dude.
Golf is fun.
Golf's fine, but it's
suck
not so
at it,
much
but-
about the sport. It's about the community in golf are just like a lot of like snobby fucking rich assholes that like
They're very, very, very
just
expensive
douchebags, and they
golf courses.
and it's exclusive. It's like. And I don't like that. It's like if you don't have money to come play at our country course, and even if you do have money to come play at our country course, you're still not like at our level because we're the senior VPs at our douchebag company, and so we like think we're I don't know, dude. It's just like this like white elitist community that I don't identify with. But
yeah.
fuck the system. You know?
I don't think. I mean, it definitely exists. You got to have money to play. Like having your own set of quality
That's one of the problems with
golf clubs and having the golf shoes and cleats is very pricey. And having a golf cart.
Well,
no other
also,
sport.
It's also, well, yes, but it's also the fact that, like, all right, if you want to play basketball, you can pick up a basketball and, like, go play, or go to the park and, like, there's a basketball court, like, somewhere near you, right? Same with baseball. Like, you can pick up a glove and go play catch with your buddy or, like,
It doesn't
whatever.
cost very much to buy a glove or a bat or a
But with
ball.
golf, even after you get all that equipment, like you can, I guess, like go out in your backyard, maybe like depending on where you live, and like hit the ball. But like, say you live in the inner city, like where are you supposed to go practice your fucking golf at? Like the only place that you can really go practice golf is like at the country club. You know what I mean? So it's like, and it's not like that with a lot of other sports. Football's the same way. You want to play a game of football?
There's so much more room needed to play golf.
Right. But it's just
So
there's
that
just
more
like this,
land.
right.
So there's the land has to be. I don't know if curated is the right word.
Yeah, it's got to be maintained.
It has to be maintained
Like crazy.
more so than any other grounds for sports. Probably, maybe at all. Like,
But imagine if.
but there's that. There's like I said, the golf carts. There's the entire golf set. Golf balls are expensive too.
Yeah.
It just
that's
is
true.
expensive, and you couldn't do it any other way. So
very
saying
expensive.
it's elitist is, I mean, there's probably a little bit on in there. But basketball's easy.
Right.
Soccer's super cheap.
Yeah, soccer. Well, so and that's like why soccer is so big in all these third world countries. When you go to these third world countries, like what do you see their little kids doing? They're playing fucking soccer. Why? Because all it takes is one fucking ball, and you throw that in a flat area with a bunch of kids in, Ghana or Indonesia or Haiti or Chile or like wherever, and these kids are gonna go crazy playing with this fucking soccer ball. Like you just can't do that with golf. So, and that's why I say like polo's kind of the same way, right? If you want to go out and practice polo, well, what do you got to do? You got to have a fucking horse, right? Well, if you don't own a fucking horse or live near a place that has a horse,
horses are very expensive,
right?
It can be like owning a house or a very nice car, extremely nice car. So
there's racehorses that'll go for tens of millions of dollars. But that's what I'm saying of like that not everybody has the availability to those resources to be, especially at a young age, to go.
Unless you're born into it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I saw like,
so they're definitely elitist sports.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. 100%.
Okay,
I saw
I'm on
30 for
board.
30 one time. This lady in like an inner city took like troubled youth, primarily a bunch of black kids, and taught them how to
troubled.
Taught them how to play polo, dude. And they like fucking took. It was like a nonprofit this lady started, where she like wanted to bring this resource to these like inner city kids, so she'd have them come out and like clean the stalls and learn how to ride the horses, like to start and all that. And then they started this polo team, and these motherfuckers, I think they ended up losing in like the state championship or like regional championship.
But they got to the championship.
But yeah, dude, and they were like dominating teams. And I was
Isn't
like,
polo just golf with horses?
No, polo's more like hockey with horses.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Like you've got a ball and like
I've never
I don't know, like Rocket League.
I've never watched it before, so I don't know any rules or.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know if there's a goalie or not, but yeah, I mean you definitely try to take a ball and hit it into like a net.
Too bad we don't have giant birds that we can fly on for sports purposes. Imagine that.
I saw a video of a fucking bald eagle the other day, like up close. It is fucking crazy how big those things are. Like, I'm not saying you could ride one for athletic purposes.
If you're maybe 2 or 3, you could ride
but dude,
one.
if eagles were like 2 to 3 times size that they are,
we'd be.
Oh yeah, dude. Can you imagine, dude? Like fucking Quidditch or whatever on an eagle. Be wild.
That'd be dope.
So imagine,
there's no way you could have money to play that sport.
Imagine like that's your like people like ride horses and shit. But like imagine your eagle's like also your main source of like transportation.
There's no way. You have to have a separate eagle. You gotta have a sports eagle.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
What if you're from the slopes?
Because if you crash people in NASCAR don't drive their cars. Their NASCAR cars. They have their other cars.
They got multiple cars. But what if
or F1 racing?
What if you met your bald eagle at a young age? So you had developed this bond and this trust that you guys didn't. That's how flawlessly you flew.
No, because I'm not whipping my eagle out in Los Angeles and getting a wreck with my bread and butter eagle. I'm gonna have a separate eagle. I'm gonna have my daily driver eagle, and I'm gonna have my bread and butter eagle.
But I'm saying, like, when you're on this is before you've won 3 eagle championships. Mm-hmm. This is like when you're on the come up. You're on the streets of Nashville, and you have a dream of playing in the Eagle Soccer League one day, but your eagle isn't as big or as fast, as strong as all the other eagles, but because you have this, like all the other players just show up and hop on an eagle, but this is your eagle.
That's because I heard that those eagles are juicing.
Bro, that would be crazy. Dude, performance enhancing drugs in it?
Do they do are there performance enhancing drugs that are given to the horses? Do they test for that?
Yes. Yes.
Horse
racing I know for sure is super
I've never thought about that.
Because there's so much betting in horse racing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they got it. Yeah, they definitely. I don't know if it's like right before the race or like the day before or the week before or anything, but I do know that those are definitely tested.
They just they're on the horse and they shoot them up with some meth. Go!
Yeah. But even that shit, dude, is like super like controversial, dude, because it's you race all these like young horses, and then if they like break a leg or whatever, they just like put them down.
Which is so stupid.
Yeah, super inhumane.
Just let that horse go live its best life.
Well, I think that's kind of the argument, is that like the quality of life. It's basically, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm definitely speaking out of my ass.
All right.
But I think
Go off.
the idea is that when a horse is under that much strain that young and then has that serious of an injury, I think the quality of life from there on out is not very good.
Well, can't they just put the horse not to sleep, put the horse under, put it in a little horse cast, put a little wheel attached to it like they do the dogs that don't have all the, and then let that horse try to figure out how to roll around for
what's the cost of rehab? Because you paid $30 million for the fucking horse, but like then when it breaks its leg, you can't spend $3 million to have it go to a vet and get rehab.